In today's video, we're going to be talking about the top 10 things that you can do for someone or say to someone who's just had a miscarriage. So let's get right into it.
Sometimes life's biggest storms give you the most beautiful rainbows. We are chasing rainbows.
Hi, welcome back to Chasing Rainbows. I'm Christina. I'm so glad that you found my channel. If you haven't seen my other videos about this, because I'm thinking I'm going to split this up into a 3-part segment, go back and watch the emotional effects after losing a child. Also watch the top 10 things of what not to say or do after someone loses a child, and then end up here at this one where we end with positivity. Something that we need more of in this world. So let's get right into it. It's the simplest thing you could possibly say. Number one is, I'm so sorry for your loss. We say it all the time when somebody loses a loved one, but we don't say it often enough when somebody loses a baby. Mimi, no. I'm gonna put Mimi down. But it's so simple, but it's so meaningful, and it lets somebody know that you care and that you're thinking about them, and it's just nice to hear those words from somebody that has been through this 3 times. Trust me, those words mean so much. 2, send flowers. That is such a nice gesture. The flowers you see sitting behind me were dropped off by my good friend on my due date, actually, of the 3rd baby that we just lost. So it was so meaningful. And yeah, I can't say enough about that. That is just such a kind gesture, and it's such a simple gesture. If you don't know what to say, send a bouquet. It rhymes. Anyways, 3, write a card. If you're going to send flowers, maybe send a card with it. Or you can just write a simple note, or send a simple text that just says, I'm thinking of you. If there's anything you need, please let me know. Which I will side note that often no one will say what they need. They won't. Even if there's something that they do need, if you think of an idea, just do it. If it seems like a kind thing to do, have it ready. Like, instead of saying, hey, can I bring over a meal for you? Most people are going to say no. Even if it's something that they want, even if it would take a burden off their plate, they're not going to say yes. Just do it. Say you have it ready. Ask if you can bring it over. Or you can do number 4, which is send a gift card for something like Uber Eats or pizza or a restaurant or for groceries to be delivered. Something like that. My coworkers actually did that for me. They gave me a gift card for groceries, which was really nice, and I just ordered them online, and my husband picked them up, and it was one less thing I had to worry about. It was nice and a really kind gesture, and it came in a very sweet card that they all signed. So they combined a couple of those things. You could do that too. Number 5, ask the baby's name, or if they plan to name the baby, ask something personal in relation specifically to the baby. And this may sound like an odd thing to do, especially if you haven't had a miscarriage yourself and maybe you don't understand much about miscarriages, which, again, go back and watch the emotional after effects of losing a child, because that'll help you understand more and see things from their perspective. But most people want their child to be remembered, and one of their biggest worries is that they're going to forget, and that other people are going to stop remembering, and they're not going to think about them, and no one's going to mention them again. Now, anything that continues that conversation about that child that they lost, it helps. It doesn't hurt. It helps. It helps to talk about the hurts that they've buried. So ask those questions. Ask, are you doing okay? Do you have anything special to hold on to for the baby? Or is there anything that you wanted to get, like a stuffed animal or something? And maybe once you know that, it can lead to number 6. Send a personalized gift. And I actually have several gifts I'm going to show, but this one, my friend actually picked out this little elephant, which she didn't know an elephant like had any meaning, but for us, elephants did have meaning because there is an elephant at a local zoo near us that she lost her own baby. And I remember going there and seeing her and just feeling like connected to her. Like I could understand how she felt because I went through the same thing. And so an elephant has such a special meaning. She didn't even know. But she picked up this little elephant and she had our daughter's name put on it, and it says forever in our hearts. So that was really special. If you know personal information, you can send a more personalized gift. Or if you're talented like my other friend, you can make a gift, who made me this very special blanket, which each color, she wrote me a note and explained that each color, each strand on here represents a stage of grief, and the different sizes of it. Sometimes we stay in one stage of grief for a shorter period of time than others, and then other times we stay in it for longer periods, and we kind of just bounce back and forth through all of them. So I clung onto this as soon as I got it. I did not let it go. It stayed with me all the time. And being somebody that went through, like they described empty arm syndrome being, if you don't know what that is, go back and watch the previous parts of what I talked about, but desperately craving something in your arms, something to hold. And this was before I got my weighted doll to help with the grief, which if you want to know more about her and all that, go back and watch the very first video. I can link all that in this video, but this meant so much. And she also shared that while she was making this blanket, that she prayed for me every time she was doing it. So every time she sat down to make that, she was praying for me. And that, I couldn't even say how much that meant to me, to just know that I was literally covered in prayer. Now I can literally cover myself in prayer every time I hold that blanket. So it means a lot. So again, sending a personalized gift. If you know them and you know them well, and even if you're unsure, anything you can come up with like that would be so meaningful. Maybe buying a little baby lovey and putting their name on it. That's also something nobody's done for us, but we've done for the first 2 babies that we lost. We got these little bears, and I lost them so close to each other. We kind of almost think of them as twins in a way. So we got the same bear, and we had their names put on there, Sammy and Jackson. So we had those, and I clung to those for dear life. And even after they were gone, I got myself this little bear, and this little bear was supposed to bring a piece of hope because it was going to be for the next baby we were hoping for. So getting something that symbolizes the baby they lost, or something for them to hold on to, could be something that's really special for them. So next one, number 8, ask the baby's due date and make a point to remember. That way when the due date rolls around, even before the due date rolls around, send them a text, tell them that you're thinking of them. Just remind them that they're being prayed for, they're being thought of, and if they need anything, that they have you that they can turn to. Also, these flowers showed up at my doorstep on my due date. My sweet friend dropped that off with a card, and it just made me feel so loved, and that is such a huge thing. Most people are not going to remember the due date. I don't know, it's just not something that they do. As the mother, the father, the sister, brother in the family, the immediate family, you remember and you know, but people outside your walls, they don't tend to think of it unless you make a point to tell them. So I will say, if you've had a miscarriage yourself, tell someone you need prayer, tell them the date. And if you're trying to support somebody with going through miscarriage, ask them the date. For coworkers, offer them extra breaks when they come back to work as needed. Tell them you're so sorry and you're glad that they're back, and you know that this is going to be hard for them, and offer to cover an extra break for them if you're able, or maybe they only start coming back half days, or offer to let them have the due date off or any other significant days to them or anything like that. My coworkers were all so kind. They showered me with love and prayers and cards, and I'm so blessed to work with them. So anything you can do like that to show sensitivity, and just don't forget, like, as days go on and they might seem like they're fine, but I guarantee you they're probably just pasting on a smile to try to get through the day. And they may not want to talk about it at work, but maybe offering something like a card to stick in their bag, which I had somebody do that for me, just stick a card in my bag without me knowing. So that way I wouldn't have a breakdown at work, but I could at least know that they were thinking about me still. That meant a lot. So there's little things like that that you can do. And number 10, which I think is the most important of all of them, kind of sums everything up. If you do this as your only thing, you can throw out the rest of the list. This is the most important. Just be there. Be there to listen. Presence of a friend, a family member, a coworker, it means so much to just know that someone is there, that you're not alone, that you're thought of, that you're cared for, that you're loved, just by the silence of them sitting next to you. Let someone cry. Let them cry on your shoulder. Hold them. Don't try to make them feel better. There's nothing you could do or say that's going to make them feel better. You're not going to fix it. You're not going to fill the void. And they probably don't want to be cheered up. They probably want someone to listen to their sadness more than anything, because that's how you will move on, is you have to be able to release all those feelings and let them go without letting the baby go. Those are two separate things. Letting go of the extreme sadness and still choosing to hold on to the memory. That's something people confuse. So don't tell them that they need to let everything go. That might make them think you're asking them to let their baby go or let the memory die of their baby. That's not what you want. You want them to get all of those bad feelings out so they can remember the good, because they will remember the good at some point. There is hope after loss. And if you don't have hope right now, that's okay. If you're going through a miscarriage, definitely subscribe, hit the bell, and watch some of the previous videos, and definitely stay tuned for upcoming videos. And even if you're not going through loss, maybe you know somebody who is. Watching these videos that are meant for those that are going through miscarriages can also help you too, because knowing where somebody's at and what they might be going through will often give you the right words to say or not say. So thanks for watching this video. Make sure to follow me up on Instagram. It's listed up above me. Follow me there. Let's connect. Leave me a comment down below. And thanks for watching today's video. I look forward to chasing more rainbows with you. Bye. Oh, excuse me. We see another dog. Stop. Knock it off, Mimi. We're trying to film. Let's finish. Okay. Nope. I'm going to put you down. Stop it. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You want a bath? I thought not. Okay. All right. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Thanks for watching today's video. Before you leave, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. Also, follow me over on Instagram at Chasing Rainbows channel. That way you can see what I'm up to between videos.